Hello and welcome back to another episode of FoxyNoTail's Minecraft Adventures here inside of my Bedrock Edition realm, and I'm starting today unusually not in my bedroom but down here at my furnace, which we built in the last couple of episodes, and yeah, it's been smelting away and I've done a little bit of work outside of the episode. If we look inside the fuel system, which you can't really see, if we look inside the furnaces, you can see there's nearly a stack of kelp blocks, dried kelp blocks in each one of those, and I've added these fuel chests here. So I've been making these. We've got loads of blaze ones from the blaze farm. We've got loads of coal from the coal that we had in there originally. But what I've added to the back, if I can open the door and get in, is this miniature kelp farm system. So these basically are automatic kelp farms, which if you don't know how to build these, then I do have a tutorial on this. Bone meal goes in this chest, it goes into that dispenser, it grows the kelp, which because this is a flowing water source block, the kelp automatically breaks, it flows to the top, it goes across the water stream and it goes into these hoppers and it goes into the furnaces. Now at the moment I've completely run out of bone meal. I've been running this for ages and ages and ages, and we've been able to get all of these furnaces almost, if I can click on it, yeah, see these ones have actually got a full stack in. Most of them are almost full. Let's have a look in these hoppers, see if there's any there. There's some blaze rods in those ones, but no, there's none left over, so they are full. So yeah, these just run in the background and fill those up, and that just gives us fuel to use when we want to smelt other things, which is very handy. So we've got plenty of fuel in there now, so we can smelt away. And look, you'll see some kelp does manage to just automatically fall in there as it goes on anyway, because the kelp will naturally grow on its own. So I'm going to turn that off for now because it doesn't need to be on. And I'm going to show you a couple more things that I've done, and then we're not going to worry about the chunk just yet. We've got other things to do that I want to do first. Fly up here, and can you see I've continued this pattern I had across the top of these farms up here all the way round the entire thing now. So they go all the way round the exact same pattern, and if we fly up here, you'll see that it's whoa, yeah, it goes all the way around, apart from the corners. I've not done the corners because the corners don't need to be there. I've also built this, not that it's of any use because there's no gap above it, so it doesn't work. There's pointless having that there, but I was going to do some digging, but I've decided against that now. And I've also done this. So you remember our little snow farm? It didn't fill up the whole chunk. Well, I've left it how it was, but I've just added snow all around the top, and I've created this little snowman's face, a happy snowman, and that's now our snowy chunk. So that's the work I've done. So before we do anything else, I'm struggling for bones for this at the minute. We do have a skeleton farm, and I've been AFK there for a long time, and Chuck's been AFK there, and everyone else has been AFK there, and they've got loads of bones. But right behind where we are, there is a skeleton spawner. So if we just hop over this way and we go up these ladders, yeah, just at the top of these ladders, there's literally a skeleton spawner right here. So I'm thinking we might be able to actually create like an easy bone meal farm that's close to that. So I want to try and do that, and my idea is we just dig out the floor underneath it, we put a little AFK spot slightly above it, and hopefully they'll just fall to their deaths. We don't need XP, we just want the bones, and hopefully we'll get the bones through. We can spit out everything else that we don't want, keep the bones, and flush that straight into that system. Well, they'll need turning into bone meal, which we'll have to do manually. So what basically all I'm going to do is just dig down from here directly underneath it, and yeah, hopefully be able to get a nice little bone meal system. So I'm going to do that. I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Bad. There's lava directly below that. Clog up. Whoa, that was close. Whoa. Right. Well, I'm going to have to get rid of that. But yeah, I decided, because it's safe to do in Minecraft, I decided to dig straight down, thinking, what could possibly go wrong? And this is exactly why you don't dig straight down, because you end up in a big pile of lava. Right, I need to block this up at the source. I don't want to use those because I like to keep hold of those because they're very useful. There we go. Let's block that lava up, and let's hopefully not fall in lava this time when we come digging this thing down here. Wow, that was a little bit scary. That was. I thought I was a goner for a second. Oh no, did it get... Oh. Keep falling down the hole. Need to be more careful. Right, we haven't dug far enough down yet, but I just want to test the theory that this thing's actually going to work. Yes, it is. They're going to fall down. He's not going to die because it's not far enough down. But I need to get them, yeah, I need to get them far enough away so they're just going to die. There we go. So that does work. Good. Excellent. Let's get rid of these guys then, and let's keep digging down. That's a long way down. The spawner's up there somewhere. I've dug all the way down to my bottom floor. I need to get back up there now, though, so we can see if this is going to work. So let's fly up. There's nothing to land on. Ah! Oh, no, just going to fall back down. Right, let's go back round this way then, so that we've got somewhere we can actually land. We need a way back up again. I got rid of the ladder. Whoa, this'll do. This'll do. Just here. It's fine. So we need a way to get back to this bit like normally. But if I get rid of some of the light sources around here, if we just block this whole thing in, let's keep, obviously we don't want things spawning in the tunnels and things. Let's just block all of this in, get rid of the light sources, make it as dark as possible, and hopefully we'll get some things spawning in. Right, here we go. It's relatively dark up here. Let's see what happens when we break that torch if we can. There we go. How many did we get? We got 2 there. They died straight away. How many are we going to get? Are we going to get any more? You going to get any more coming out, please? Is that it? Just 2? Oh, there we go. Another 2. Well, I thought it would have been faster than that. There's another 3 there, but it's not horrendously slow. We can certainly work with that. We can make this look a little bit nicer. I'm going to put a torch back on there after they've gone down. I can't reach. I need to get one closer. Let's just pop a torch on there like that. And let's just hop down to the bottom and see if we actually got any bones from that then. That's what we're after. Yes, we did. Arrows and bones. Good. Excellent. That's actually not bad. 7 bones from, well, I suppose 7 skeletons. So that's not too bad. So I'm going to make this look better. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I've made a big long tube. I filled it with white concrete powder because I can't be bothered to wet it. And it's only 5 across by each way. And I don't know if that's too small. I need to do some testing in my testing world, really. But I'm going to knock that torch off. I'm going to put some blocks there so that will stop things coming out. And I'm going to drop down to here, which is halfway down. Because if I stand on this glass block here, that's the highest block up that will activate it. And hopefully we'll get things falling, which we do. And you'll see they're falling down onto those slabs that are down there. Which if we go down below where we are, I'm just going to pick a few of these blocks up before I go down so they don't despawn. Yeah, if I head down to the next level, you'll see we've got a load of hoppers underneath the slabs and they're just picking up whatever drops into those, which is great. We've got no chest there to collect the items and we also don't have a sorter to get rid of the arrows and the things that we don't want. We only want the bones, but I'll sort that out in a minute. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a testing world and find out if there's a way I can make this more efficient, as in we get more skeletons, because it doesn't seem like they come out particularly quickly. Right, in my little testing world then, I've turned nighttime on, I've put the difficulty on normal, and I've added this spawner 100 blocks in the air, and you can see we get 2 or 3 spawning at a time. Now what I want to know is that if we put blocks underneath it, will we get more spawning? So we've got a 5x5 platform there. Let's see if we get any more spawn on that than drop down. Now I did just have 4 drop down all at once, so I think that's probably the maximum that can go at once. And we're getting nothing. Oh, there we go. Got a few. 1 did still fall off the edge, so we got 3 there. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of playing and a little bit of reading, and according to the wiki on the Minecraft Gamepedia wiki, the mob spawner will attempt to spawn 4 skeletons at once within an 8x8x3 high area. And then it'll wait from between 10 to 40 seconds before it starts again. So what I've got set up here, and I've done the same thing over here, is a 9x9 platform. If I put skeletons in there, when they spawn, the block they spawn on changes colour. So we can see whereabouts they're actually spawning in relation to the cage. So the wiki says it's an 8x8 area on 3 high. This is an 8x8 area and, well, only 1 high, I guess. And same with this one, but these are the only blocks that they've actually spawned on in these ones, in this sort of area around it like that. So it's not a massive area that they're actually spawning in. So basically what I've concluded is it doesn't really matter whether you've got a hole below it or a platform above it. You get the same amount spawning, but they do actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7 across from the actual spawner. So on my realm, we've actually not got a great deal of room each side of this for them to spawn. They've only got 2 blocks either side of it. So I might need to get rid of all of this concrete powder and actually make it a little bit wider just so we get more at once, because I think we're only actually getting 2 or 3 at once, which isn't ideal. So yeah, I'm going to make this bigger and then we'll come back to it in a minute. Well, that's the entire thing dug out, but I haven't left room to do any decoration around the front or the back, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to block it off, and I'll have it accessible at the bottom where they're going to land, and at the top here where we can actually do the AFK in. So yeah, I'm going to tidy it up, make it look a little bit nicer, but I'm not going to bother putting the concrete all the way around like I did before, and hopefully we can start getting some skeletons spawning in this thing. Well, it turns out I did make it wide enough to put the decoration in as well, so I am about to do that as well, but what I've got is I've got 3 chests that are coming down from here. I've got a platform that's 9 by 9 wide, all with hoppers underneath, which are down here, so that's tons and tons of hoppers. I could use a hopper minecart, but I made too many hoppers when I did my furnace array, so I've got loads of spares, so I might as well use them. And I know they cause lag. Well, if this causes a problem, then I'll replace it with the hopper minecart, but for now I think it'll be fine. So I'm just going to do what I did before, which is to hop up the sides and place in all of this concrete powder. Hooray! Okay, so the decoration's done. I've striped it this time rather than just doing the white concrete powder because there was too much to do, basically. Not enough white concrete powder, and that doesn't look like I've put that out. So is there one around the other side as well? Yeah, I think there's a torch around the other side. That was bad planning, wasn't it? Let's turn that off and try and escape without getting shot. No! Ah, I've already died once. You can still tell by my levels I've already died once, and it wasn't from a skeleton. It was from falling to my doom. So let's just hop back up here and let's sort these guys out and make sure that they can't. Yeah, we don't want them getting out of here. All right, let's get. No. There we go. Come right off there. Let's close that up quickly. There we go. Right, so that's nice and dark there, so they should carry on spawning there. If we go down to the middle level, which is this one here, we've got a little platform just like we did before. I'm going to make it an AFK platform, so it'll be boxed in, so you'll be safe. But if we stand here, we can activate that. So we're going to do that. And then if we go right down to the very bottom, which I still don't have an easy way down, let's just break through here like that. Whee! There we go. This is pretty much exactly the same. So we've got the bottom chest, which will be picking up everything that falls down there, which is awesome. So if I get Chuck or Big Chicken or someone in to do some AFK in, you'll be able to see the skeletons falling down. Okay, Chuck is in place. He is AFK up there. You can see his gamer tag. Let's see how many skeletons we get down here. Let's make sure they're actually going to do this. There they go. They fall down 3 at a time. That's amazing. And all of their stuff got picked up. Ooh. And it should hopefully be going into these chests here. So that's absolutely fantastic. Chuck can stay up there. We do need a sorter because we don't want the arrows. We only want the bones. So we can work on that in a second. But first of all, I just want to make sure that AFK platform's nice and safe. And also we want to make sure none of this is spawnable either, because we do not want things spawning up here. There we go. Chuck's nice and safe in a little glass box now. He can get in and out through this door. So that's good. He can stay in there. That's nice, very, very good. We need to patch that little hole up that we made in the floor down here as well. And then we can go and sort out the item sorter, and that should just about be it for the day. Okay, well, it's not quite as tidy or fancy as it could be, but it'll do the job. We've basically got a hopper sorter here, which has got a load of bones in it, which stops anything else going into these chests, so we'll only get bones into these chests here. And then the other hopper line will come across to this dropper here, and arrows will go in there, and when it's got arrows in it, it will fire them out into that lava there. So it'll just get rid of them, so we can chuck all of the things that we don't want into there. That'll only ever activate if it's got something in it to activate, so it's not going to be on all the time, and we will only ever get bones in our chest. And look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of bones just while I've been doing that, which isn't bad really. So we've got a little bone farm. That's very good. It's not quite as pretty as it was earlier now that I've done all this, but it'll do the job. It's good enough for what we need, and we could just stand here and watch all of the skeletons fall down. Well, in fact, we don't even need to. We could just leave Chuck to it while we can go do something else now, which is great. Well, it's been about 24 hours since I left Chuck AFK at the bone farm, and as you can see behind me, we've got a few witches in there. I don't know if you can quite see. There are about 4 witches in there, so this is obviously active while Chuck is AFK. I haven't checked in here yet to see what we've got, but he did get kicked during the night. I've got him back on this morning. Let's have a look. So we've got an entire double chest there. Whoa, more than 2 double chests worth. So that must have backed up into the system somewhere. Let's have a quick look, see if we can find how far back it's gone. I don't know how far back that will be. Wow, but that's a lot of bones. That's a lot of bones. And if you can see in my inventory there, I've also got some bone blocks. I've been at the skeleton farm fixing my tools and equipment. And you might notice I'm missing a sword. I've got 27 levels from being at the skeleton farm, but I've lost my sword because I went in the nether, and as I went through the portal, I did that. I threw it by mistake, and it just vanished. It didn't go back through the portal. I went on both sides of the portal to look through, and it's completely gone. So I've lost my good sword again, but not to worry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to put the bone stuff in the boxes. I need to turn it back into bone meal, though. So I'm going to chuck in all of this stuff in here like this. And you'll see that's instantly started activating. You can see the kelp's growing and it's breaking and it's going to the top, it's floating across and it's going into the system. So those furnaces will be starting to light now. I'll do the same on this side, chuck all of that in there, and that'll start going. And basically what we've got here is we've got one kelp farm powering one set of furnaces, one ring, and the other kelp farm powering the other ring of furnaces, just to even it out, just so that it doesn't, yeah, it's not too messy with things stealing each other. And let's turn it on. And you can immediately see the furnaces at the top are starting to light, because they're the ones that are getting the kelp going straight in. So as they come across the front bit here, we'll be able to see them, and we can see that they're actually smelting away that kelp that's gone in there, which is fantastic. That'll continue to give us these dried kelp items, which we can then convert into the dried kelp blocks, which we can then use to power the furnace. So that's why we want the bones. It's basically free fuel from bones, and the bones are free because we've got a farm for it. But these witches are going to be a bit of a problem. I've got no sword to deal with them now, so I'm going to have to try my best to get them with my bow. So let's just break that there. Let's hide from that witch. Let's get her. Oh, I didn't yeah, they can walk back up there. That's a bit of an issue, isn't it? I never thought about that. With this new design, they can get back up onto that first level, which is a little bit of a problem. All right, let's take them out. Let's see if we can get rid of these guys. Come on. One. Oh, they've got me with slowness. Oh no, of all the things to get me with. Ow! Oh, I'm now poisoned. Okay. Well, that's slightly more dangerous. They've got a good arm on them. Throwing those from all the way over there. Wow, that was pretty painful, but that's three of them. This one's coming this way. She's coming to get me. No. No, I've already died enough recently. I'm not letting you kill me again. No, go away. Oh man, I need to eat before I'm poisoned to death. She's coming. She's coming. She's going to escape. No, witch. No. If only I had my sword. Come on. Just round this corner. Come on, that's it. Just there. Got her. Sort of. One heart. I did it with one heart. Hurrah, I'm so strong and powerful. But let's have a look in the mob spawner box then. Let's see if we actually got a great deal overnight. We didn't get too much bad stuff. We got a load of bones, which is useful. That's actually what we're after at the minute. And we got some gunpowder, which is why I built this thing, so I can actually have rockets and fly around. Right then, I'm going to convert all of this stuff. Oh man, I've got to turn all this into bone meal. It's going to take forever. Yeah, I'm going to get all this out of here now and get it to the furnace array. Well, there we go. We've got almost an entire double chest worth of bone blocks from doing all that. And it has just occurred to me, because of our item filter, when that's full, the stuff was just going to pass over and go straight into that. So we probably actually threw away quite a lot of bones. It wouldn't have backed up into the system. They'd have all been burnt, which I suppose is a good thing because they didn't get backed up. But it's a bad thing because we didn't get them. So I could do to add another chest into this. But I don't think there's any room because I think we're pretty much down at bedrock level. Let's just see if we can squeeze another set of chests in here. We're going to need some more hoppers to do that, or at least one more hopper. Let's just dig down and see how far down we can go. Can we get another one in? Oh, we might actually. Yes, we can squeeze another. Can squeeze another 3 chests in here. It's just then actually being able to access them is going to be a bit of a problem. There is the perfect amount of space to get the hoppers behind as well. It's like it was meant to be. It's just a case of how we actually get down the front to get them now. I suppose I could use ladders. Well, it's not perfect, but this ought to do. I can actually reach the bottom chest just from here. But then I've put the ladder down here as well so you can get down. It's a little bit tight. It's a bit janky with the bedrock round here, but it'll do. And we've got the crafting table there so we can turn it all into bone blocks. Now, I've got to get all these bone blocks out, turn back into bone meal and into the skeleton farm, which is going to take ages. Oh well. Okay, so that's pretty much both systems completely full of bone meal on both sides, which is awesome. I've also got a chest full of, well, a single chest worth of bone blocks. I've got this full of bone meal. They're all going, and while I've been doing that, which hasn't taken actually that long really, we've got an entire double chest of dried kelp here, plus the 2 hoppers behind it are pretty much full up as well. In fact, they are full now. And yeah, I've got all of this dried kelp coming through into this chest as well. So I can now take all of this out and turn it into dried kelp blocks. And then that will power my furnaces going forward with fuel for other things. Well, it's always a little bit disappointing just how much kelp or how many kelp blocks you get from that. But there we go. That's all the stuff we got from over a double chest full and 2 hoppers full. But that's it. That's it. Everything's done. We've got bone system. We've got a kelp system. We've got a smelting system. And that should just about do us for the day. So I'm going to say, as usual, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did please leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. And hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!